Hello there, this is Cookies. I have turn 19, I believe, of EA Machaka, and still no attack from Hinam. So let's go ahead and see these attacks from Femoria. So he's continuing to press in. Smart strategy. And I can't spare anything to go fight him. So he's going to take 2 spruce. Probably starve a little there. And he's also going to lock down Kopos. So maybe this party did some sailing to go ahead and come over and attack Kopos. And there's a fair amount of PD here, but they're not going to stand up to Fomorian Giants. They might kill some of the Ichthyids, though. Alright. So he kills 4 of the Ichthyids. They probably ran a little bit sooner, so it's probably a smaller replay bug. Alright. And we finish our Palisades, so we're going to do a predictable move. Well, somewhat predictable. I think the most predictable move is I would stay here and continue patrolling. Which was an upside of not having the fort, is I could actually just research and still be effectively patrolling. So that was an upside of not forting this, but I would like to fort this if we survive this. Berytos does come out of his capital and moves to block in Eremithia. And we'll see what Femoria does with my cap circle. So I'm definitely in danger. And I believe right around now, it was either last turn or this turn, we do figure out some way to buy off Niflheim and Muspelheim. So we offer them I think it was 8 provinces, so pretty hefty concessions to stay out of the war. And as an added bonus for us, they end up not telling Femoria and Hinnom. So you can see here they look like they're going to attack, and they had more troops on the border the prior turn, but now they have fewer. And I believe what we gave them was, I forget if it included Olontova. I don't think so, but it was definitely Range of Light, Capria, Silverham, and Hamain. I think it included Hamain. So it's these 4. Including this one, which has the Statue of the Overlords. Which someday I'll get to use. But not this day. And then over here in the south, I'm going to give them Dead Forest, High Mill, Oak Woods. Maybe they did get Olontova. I know Berytos is very against the peace. He wanted to go fight Niflheim, but this was already an existential threat. we didn't need to do this, so I definitely made him give up a bunch of provinces. So we'll see them start taking those provinces over the next few turns, because they clearly don't have stuff on the borders ready to go right now. Additionally, we're going to make a couple of plays. So I did a smaller PD dump here. It's got heavy cav. I'm going to send a dude with some more lions. I've run out of Voices of the Lion, so it's just this guy, who is a hero. Additionally, we're going to go ahead and strike out. I don't know if Hinnom's going to keep moving up and down, up and down. But if I can get here, then I can potentially take my army and start going this way and try to get into Fomoria's backlines. That might sack my forts, but it would allow me to cause some economic damage. So that's the primary thing I was thinking about here. We've got 242 troops, so I'm hoping I can do something. Hinnom is a really bad mismatch for Machaka, especially a Hinnom that's doing all these rough fights in Dawnguard. It's because they have magic weapons. Let's see if I can pull them up. So yeah, rough fights have this Dawn Blade, and 31 damage I think can kill a Lion Warrior in one hit. And Dawnguard have this 24 damage Dawn Blade. There's a Lion Warrior, has 22 HP. Yeah, so both can, depending on their DRNs, the rough fight's far more likely to, but they can generally one-hit kill Lion Warriors, or get very close to it, because Lion Warriors don't have a lot of protection. So they only have 7 actual protection if you're not looking at invulnerability. So yeah, so I think 7 protection, it's enough to take a 2-hit generally from Dawnguard, but I think rough fights still have a solid chance to one-hit kill. So it's definitely a pretty big mismatch, and then when we're going to hit them, we have our, what is it, 27 damage Spirit Club that also does fatigue. And 27 damage against a rough fight. We'll do a solid amount of damage, probably 10 to 20. And it'll encumber them a fair bit. So that's one way to kill them. Now they do have regeneration. So we've got to hit them quite a bit to actually kill one, because they have, what was it, 10% regen, so they get 5 HP a turn, and they also get a protection buff because they have that hard skin bless. I think it's hard skinned. So they're extremely tanky and very difficult for Lion Warriors to deal with. It takes many hits to kill them, and only maybe 1 or 2 tops to kill a Lion Warrior. So kind of going through that matchup a little bit. Even unblessed, they're pretty tough for us to deal with. And so yeah, this is a very good war for Hinnom. Again, if we'd been in swapped positions and I was primarily fighting Femoria, it'd be a much better matchup for me. And then Berytos would have a much better chance against Hinnom, because his Colossi rely on more normal protection. So just kind of going through that. And we're getting a fair amount of War Lions. I don't know. The thought here was they'll do a fair amount of damage and everything else dies the same to a giant anyways. So that was kind of the idea there. And in terms of score graphs, I don't think I've convinced anyone else to step in just yet. And in terms of, but I am working on it, believe me. And we can see a fair number of the mercs getting hired by Femoria, who's got a tremendous amount of cash. So he's got these barbarians. Oh, I guess these barbs were also mercs, or some of them. And then he's got Arnaud's archers. We saw them up here. Now they're here. So, Barb Chief, Captain, yeah, these are probably the 2 merc companies. So, I think that's it for this one, and I'll go ahead and see you in turn 20. Have a good one.